Alright, hey, what's going on? It's Ben here. I'm bringing to you a Tempo Lyonar gameplay. I'm so used to saying Tempo Vanar, but today I'm playing with the Tempo Lyonar? Now, this deck pretty much runs all the fastest cards that Lyonar has to offer, which is pretty much the Lasting Judgement and the Arcalit Sentinel, which are cards that decrease health and increase attack. But they're pretty much there for decreasing of health. Maybe it's a Sworn Sister Lyonar. Maybe. Tempest is not useful in the Lyonar matchup, obviously. So let's see what's going on here. I can't really do anything to block off the Silverguard Knight, so I think the best thing I can do is actually just grab the Mana Spring and hit it later. I'm not sure if I want to use the Blood Tier Alchemist on it either, because it's not going to be particularly useful. But I also don't want the opposing general to use the Mana Spring. So maybe I should just grab the one on the side and force him to go to the middle. Oh yeah, this seems like a better play because that means I'm forcing him to go towards the center, which is not bad. But I will use the Mana Spring and just put down a Blood Tier Alchemist here. And I'll probably just set it up so it will take the mana. If I get a chance to, at least. This is a little bit of an unusual play. I think normally I would take the Mana Spring, but I do want to lure the Lyonar General into the center because otherwise the Healing Mystic is not really doing anything on his own. I definitely want to lure him towards the center. So even though he does leave the center Mana Spring open, you only really want to take it to when you can block off the bottom Mana Spring. But since he made the slant towards this Mana Spring, there is actually no way to get the Mana Spring. Usually with the Azurite line, you can actually move your Azurite line onto the center Mana Spring, and then you can block off the top one, which is really good. But I didn't open up with the Azurite line. But this Tempo Lyonar deck is typically used for pretty much using Lyonar's tempo cards. As I said earlier, Lasting Judgement and the Arcalit Sentinel. These allow you to get ahead on board first, and then you have your big guys. They're only 4 mana cards pretty much because there's a lot of dynamic lures going on, so I don't really want them to go down. This is not looking good. Some Primus Fist action here. And Ephemeral Shroud. Well, that's inefficient. That's very inefficient, so I guess he's going to take us out the hard way. And he's going for attack anyway, which is kind of surprising, but it is what it is. How can I take advantage of this? I definitely want to use a Holy Emotion, that's for sure. And I do want to keep the Sworn Sister. All these cards are really good. Let's get rid of the Saberspine Tiger here. Lasting Judgment. Alright, so I definitely want to use the Roar over here. And I do want to grab this Mana Spring. And I have to use that. I have to grab it with a Blood Tier Alchemist, so I'm going to go here. Then do a little bit of this. Do a bit of that. And then let's get rid of the Azurite line. So even though he did manage to dispel it, this guy is going to get healed up. And I might as well just deal damage here. Oh yeah. Talk about early lead. Alright, I got everything off. That's good. Hands off! Unfortunately, Ironcliff Guardian does wonders against me right now. I can take it out. Kudos to the tempo in my deck. Provoke Shield Master. Well, that's pretty easy to get rid of, so I'm not too worried about it. Too bad I can't use another Holy Emotion. I might just keep a Holy Immolation just because it's kind of a nice combo. Alright, let's just take the damage here. There's no need to worry too much about the value I'm gaining here. Because I'm not really gaining much value, am I? I guess I want to play around Holy Immolation just a little bit. I guess Tempest would be pretty good against me at this moment. But I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to keep my hand because they're pretty good cards. I'm getting pretty close to lethal damage also, so he's going to need to deal with this immediately. In fact, I have the combo. Any minion with a Holy Immolation as a combo. Holy Immolation is really good. This is kind of why Tempo Lyonar can kind of work. Because you can use a Holy Immolation just to heal up your stuff and take them out. Unfortunately, this deck does not play well from behind, but that's why you run a lot of cards to get ahead. So, I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but your win conditions are 1, your Suntide Maiden, and 2, your Arcalit Regalia. Obviously, the Arcalit Regalia does not really work against mid-range Lyonar because of a certain business. Ah! Sunbloom. I don't think that does anything. That just decreases the attack, right? Alright, well I got lethal here, so I'll talk about the win condition in the next game.
Take a breath and breathe. Inhale, exhale. This music's all that I need. Filling up my lungs. Filling up my lungs.
Alright, so I definitely don't need this Repulsive Beast just yet. I'll probably be just dropping a Silverguard Knight, although I did grab two of my premier... Well, not two of my premier 2-drops, but one of them. Azurite Lion, nice of you to show up. Alright, so in the upcoming turn, I do want to develop either the Silverguard Knight would be nice in if I can get another 2-drop. Unfortunately, he managed to get rid of Azurite Lion pretty quickly. Alright, let's get rid of the Magnetize. That's definitely not a very useful card right now. Unfortunately, I can't really drop a Healing Mystic right now. It looks like I'm just going to go with a Silverguard Knight. I'm kind of thinking of how I can position myself so I can grab a Mana Spring, but it doesn't seem like I can, so the Silverguard Knight should at least be able to prevent him from grabbing a Mana Spring, and it's going to be hard for him to deal with it unless he has a Blood Tier Alchemist. So I'm pretty optimistic about the Silverguard Knight surviving. Yeah, he definitely would have used a Blood Tier Alchemist because he had 1 mana remaining, so he could have gotten rid of the Healing Mystic if he wanted to. Is it already time for a Magnetize? Yeah, Dynamic Lure on a Silverguard Knight, it's not bad really. And it looks like he's going to use it to get rid of it as well. Oh yeah, that's a pretty big turn. He's removing my complete board. Hopefully I can get one of my big drops. This is not really a big drop. It does give me more cards. Tempest is probably not very useful against Castlevania. Arcular Regalia. I wonder if I should attack first and then equip the Regalia. Well, I guess I should probably drop the Sworn Sister then, because the Regalia is a faster card. Yeah, might as well just drop the Sister here. Let's see what's going down first. 2 cards. Ooh, Divine Bond. Well, Astral Rift, probably not that very... Excuse me. I'll just Healing Mystic myself up a little bit, and hopefully next turn I can do some business with the Arcular Regalia. Unfortunately, he does have an opportunity to play a card called Volpo Riva. Dancing Blades, well that was unexpected. Very on curve though. Alright, let's get rid of the Astral Rift. Obviously it's not a very good card. I don't actually think I want to use Regalia now. I can Repulsor Beast and Azurite Lion and use the Roar all in the same turn, so I might as well just do that. Yeah, Repulsor Beast is pretty huge. Cause that is some tempo. And best of all, I can block him off from getting a Mana Spring, so I think I'm in a good position. Now I'm actually getting some tempo. Maybe I should include some more Repulsor Beasts because they seem to be doing pretty well. And I have a Divine Bond combo now, which is pretty sweet to have. Maw? Well, that's curious. Alright, well the Divine Bond might do something in the future, so I'm going to keep it around. Lasting Judgment, probably not going to do anything in the near future. Oh, that's so sweet. Unfortunately, he have these 2 guys on the shutdown. Oh, that's nasty. Yeah, but I'm going to just develop 2 big guys. Yeah, definitely. And I'm going to try to play around Shadow Nova. Unfortunately, it's not very clear how I'm going to be able to do that. Maybe I should just take some damage. Yeah, I need to take a little bit of damage so I can play around Shadow Nova. This is definitely a weird play that I'm actually taking damage. Oh, I should have attacked with my Lyonar General. I was thinking too much about what to say for the Shadow Nova. So I'm positioning it here so he won't be able to use a Shadow Nova on both these guys because that'll be really bad. And if he uses Shadow Nova on this dude, then he can't really get rid of the Suntide Maiden. But it looks like he'll be able to get rid of it. Well, that's not good. Yeah, it looks like his immediate effects are a little bit better than mine. And that might be a game. Unless I can deal 10 damage this turn. Oh, I can actually deal 10 damage. No, I cannot deal 10 damage. Well, that stinks. Guess the Regalia's not doing much for me. I need like 3 ugh. I guess this is the best I can do. I'm setting up for lethal again. If I had one more mana, I could have gotten it, but not today. Ugh! I couldn't even remove the Spectral Revenant. So, pretty easy win for him, I guess. Shadow Nova! If I made an attack last turn, I would have won. Wow, I misplayed so hard! That's pretty terrible. I still haven't been really able to get really ideal 2-drop opening with the Azurite Lion and the Windblade Adept, but well, I guess I did get a turn where I had 2 lions, and I had the option to play another Windblade Adept. It's kind of a hard decision whether you want to play the Windblade Adept or Azurite Lion. I think the Azurite Lion is a stronger play because your Azurite Lion gives you a lot of options. You can remove 2 things if you're lucky with it as well. Alright, so it looks like he's going for the removal of the Azurite Lion. Oh, well, good thing I'm able to get rid of the mini jacks. Healing Mystic. Well, I can't get rid of the Healing Mystic, unfortunately. Well, I can, but I won't be able to develop the things I want to, so I guess I'm going to have to just play out a weird combo. Let's get rid of the Magnetize. So he's going to be able to get a Mana Spring. I can't really do anything about that, but I can at least develop a Suntide Maiden, which is alright by my standards. And since the Healing Mystic is going to be able to get the Mana Spring either way, I don't need to play the Suntide Maiden over here. In fact, it's a little bit poor because that means his Healing Mystic can move to the Mana Spring and hit it. So I do want to place it on here to the left. And I do want to tempt him to use the Bloodborne spell on the Healing Mystic. Since there are 2 targets for him to use the Bloodborne spell on, it's pretty much okay to make this attack over here. Arclight Regalia, let's see how much of a win condition you are today. But it looks like I'm pretty good on board. He needs to remove the Suntide Maiden, otherwise it's going to get a lot of value. Maybe I'm ahead enough on board that I can just use Regalia and my own Bloodborne spell. Alright. Yeah? That guy's just going to die. Oh, this is incredible. He should have attacked with Suntide Maiden. That was definitely a mistake on his part. I'm not complaining though, because this is good for me. Roared up. Oh, this is excellent. If he's not able to deal with this, then I'm pretty much set. Yeah, I think developing Arclight Regalia is actually pretty good because it's a win condition. I've developed some cards that can actually just win me the game outright if he's unable to deal with them. So these cards are proactive and what? They're proactive and win conditions. They're proactive and hard to remove. That's what I'm trying to say here. I have 9 power on the board, and this Suntide Maiden might get infinite value, kind of similar to something like. No, he's going to remove it with what's with that card again? Dark Transformation. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. He used all his mana to to put a Wrathling on the board. That's fine by me. I'm not even going to remove the Wrathling because, I might just remove a Wrathling just because. Nah, I'm not going to be afraid here. I'm just going to hit him. Don't be afraid. Wrathling's not going to take on Silver Guard Knight. Yeah, I set up my win condition. This is how the tempo Lyonar is supposed to work. You're supposed to get ahead on board and be able to develop all these guys and have your, what's it called, Arclight Regalia carry you to victory. I guess I don't really need the Sentinels. Although the Sentinels are nice. Maybe the Maws are better. Healing Mystic is actually not really good in a oh, Bone Reaper. Well, that's fine. I can remove it. Yeah, this is super good for me. Well, it's not super good for me, but it's pretty darn good. Let's get myself some Holy Motion. Sunriser. These are some nice guys, but Sunriser is not very useful in this deck because there's no synergy. Tempest! I'm not going to be using that card. I can actually remove that Bone Reaper for just 2 health from this guy, which is pretty sweet. Maybe I just use a Tempest here to kill off my guys. No, there's no chance. But yeah, I'm in a good position. I'm liking it. The second Sun is mediocre at best because he does have dynamic lures maybe. And I have lethal setup, so I'm a happy camper. Yeah, this deck does feel good once ahead. I probably need some more comeback mechanisms, although Holy Immolation is pretty insane as a comeback mechanism. Woo! That's nasty. It's actually really close to lethal damage. So close, it could have been. I do want to develop a second Sun. Let's get rid of a Tempest and see what I can grab. Alright, let's use a Holy Immolation here. Ah! That's much better. Although this does deal a little bit of damage. So I'm going to use a Holy Immolation anyway. It's a little bit of a waste, but I don't think I'll really have another opportunity to use Holy Immolation, so I might as well have some fun with it. I just need to deal 5 damage, so I think this is pretty good. And I didn't take damage for like the longest time. The Arclight Regalia is still strong when you're ahead. Too bad this doesn't work on the opposing general, but I can go. He actually has a card to play? Oh. Well, I think we just saw why I kept on holding on to the True Strike. Nailed it! Oh, this is really laggy. Oh, I want to play a second Sun, but I might as well end the game here with a Holy Immolation. Hey, welcome to the end of the video. If you enjoyed what you saw and want to check out some more Duelyst action, be your general up on top and use the Magnetize on your Saber Spine Tiger to bring them on up in front of you. And if you want to subscribe to check out some more Duelyst content in the future, be sure to Tempest off the board on the left here.